Ever been asked the question, where are you from? To only be followed up with that another question, no, where are you really from? I think we've all had that question being posed to us at some time in that time. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, and everyone else. My name is Brian Mendonca, and I am a citizen of the world. I was born in India in a small little village of about 800 people, only to have lived there for about 2 or 3 months before I was moved to the biggest sandbox in the Middle East, Dubai, where I was raised by my family over there for about 17, 18 years. I moved to the United States for college, for education, where I met my amazing wife, my soulmate, my partner for life, Raksha. Raksha is from South Africa. The combination of an Indian from Dubai hanging out with the South African was a unique experience altogether. But our story doesn't end there, it just begins there. We moved to Switzerland for work, where our first son, Ian, was born. He's Swiss. I'm Indian. My wife is South African. You see the pattern coming up here. Our youngest, Nathan, our little Peter Cottontail, and our last in the family, was born when we came back to the United States in Michigan, in the Midwest. And he, and obviously this is an election year, he's our only potential true candidate. Election, maybe in a few more years, as he is a U.S. citizen. As you can see, you could have a comedy routine where an Indian and a South African man walking through, but in our household, every single day, we love having dinner together. That's one of our must-haves, if we can. Where you have an Indian, a South African, a Swiss, who's supposed to be neutral in ministry, and American coming together, sharing our day, talking about what went great, having a laugh, breaking bread. If only the world was that simple. If only the United Nations, which our world feels like a little mini United Nations coming together every single night, feels and works that way. Now, to many of us, with multiple different passports, that's what we have. We are that family that if you're traveling overseas and you're behind the Mendoncas, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to wait a little. Because we are that family that walks up to the immigration officer's desk and says, yes, here's all of our stuff. We have 4 different passports. We have the same name. And yes, I'm not child trafficking anybody. These kids are my kids. They're born in different countries. Here's our birth certificate and everything. That's how we operate. That's us. So it's going to take a little bit of time. To many of us, that might be a little bit of a barrier. It might be a little bit of a roadblock to explore and see the world, enjoy the world for all its diversity that it has. But for us, it's really an enabler. It's a fire starter. It's an inspiration to explore the world. We have a personal family goal to see as many countries as we can and explore and be there. But so far, we've been really fortunate. Work has been great. The world has been great. The way we live has been great. And we've had an opportunity as a family to visit about 25 countries so far. Now, that feeling of not necessarily getting on the plane, but getting off that plane and getting to a new country, the sights, the smells, the language, the culture, the food, the hospitality, sometimes the chaos, depending on the time of day, all comes together and it brings that diversity closer for all of us. You know, I'm really grateful to be in this part of the world, in the Pacific Northwest. I moved here in 2016, where there is tremendous diversity all the way around. And there's tremendous diversity here in this room. And in our community here in Bothell, where I live, and around the western part of the Pacific Northwest, where our diversity is strong and it's embraced and it gives us a sense of belonging all the way through. I'm really, really grateful to be part of this community, to have this opportunity that we get to celebrate our diversity, acknowledge our diversity, and live in that diversity. It's amazing that I get to not just tell my children we look different, but we are also unique, and we all have similar concept, but we get to live in that every single day. So friends, Toastmasters and guests, I, Brian Mendonca, thank you for giving me the opportunity to be in front of you today, and I am a citizen of the world. Thank you.